I believe you are about to deploy your Next.js app on Ubuntu. Let me tell you, you are in the right place, as I will show you exactly how to do it step by step. Creating EC2 Instance, install Node.js using NPM, clone the Next.js app from Github, set up the app on EC2 using PM2, install and configure Nginx in reverse proxy. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we dive deep into the step, let me quickly show you what this application does. So let's verify that I have application running on my system. So let's go into the folder. Here is the folder. Here is the source code. And I have also pushed the same source code to my Git repository. So let's see, Git. I'm on the main branch and I have pushed my code here. And by the way, you can download the same code from this link in the description below. So let's come back. Let's run this code and we'll see quickly that what this application does. So to run it, it is started. Let's try to browse it. Here it is. So it's a simple weather app. We are just putting a city name and it shows the weather accordingly. So let's put anything. All right, now you know what we are building. Let's dive straight into the deployment. So first we will be creating EC2. Just follow the step. Here is our sheet. You can find also the link of the sheet in the description below. So just search EC2, go to instances and create launch instances. Click on launch instances and put any name over here. Select Ubuntu and 24.04 is fine. It's a free tier eligible. And here T2 micro, which is also free tier eligible, and create a key pair that we will be using to access our server over SSH. Just put any name over here and click on create key pair. It will download the key in your downloads. Moving next, create a security group, allow SSH from, that is fine, and then allow on HTTPS and HTTP as well. The rest all is fine and you can click on launch instances. But before that, make sure public IP, auto assign public IP should be enabled. Click launch instances and our instance has been launched. It might take some time from initializing to fully up to state. If you are enjoying this content and find it useful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's a small click for you, but makes a big difference for me. Thank you. So as the key is been download or the secret key is been download to downloads folder, let's verify that. Here is our PEM file. Just copy it and we will be moving it to .ssh. Now we are going to access it. The syntax is we have to put SSH-I, the key name, and then we will be putting Ubuntu at the rate IP address of the server. We have just copied the IP, put it here, and try to access it. Yes, and it is saying permission deny as our PEM file is too open. So we have to fix the permission for the PEM file that we have just downloaded and move it to .ssh. So we are putting chmod 400 and the PEM file. Try again. And this time I'm able to log in. We are here on the Ubuntu server, which is empty as of now. So we need to do the prerequisites. So for the step 1, we have to update and upgrade. Let's copy and put this command here. So this process has been done. Moving next, we are going to download NVM, Node Version Manager. So first check, do we have Node NVM installed? The command is which NVM. So it will tell if any NVM Node Version Manager is already installed. Since the output is blank, so there is nothing, we are going to download it. And download and install has been finished. Either we have to close the terminal and open it, or just copy this command to start it working instantly. Otherwise, we just need to close this terminal and open it again. So I'm just putting this command here. That is done and using it. So nvm-v is telling the version, and nvm install 20 is going to install node 20. And node-v is showing node version 20.19 has been installed. The next is we just need to go to var www.html and clone my Next.js app. Let's go inside. And I believe since it's a fresh machine, so there is no var www.html directories exist. So let's verify. Is there www? Even www is not created. Let's verify there is no www. We have to create the directory by ourselves. So we do mkdir. We have to put sudo for www.html. That has been done. Go inside var www.html. And since it is empty, we are going to clone our repository, the repository which have Next.js application code. So that has been copied. And since the folder permission is root, we need to change it to Ubuntu, or not necessarily, but it has been recommended to not to run your application using root. It has to be some other user, and other user we already have Ubuntu. So I'm going to change it to Ubuntu, user and group to Ubuntu. Let's try that. And it is saying permission not permitted because I'm doing it through Ubuntu user, and folder permission or the ownership was root. So I just need to put sudo and it has been done. See, Ubuntu, user and group is Ubuntu. So now go inside. And then after that, what we need to do, we just need to go to open with the app and we need to register. Since our simple app, Next.js app is using this application to get the weather. So from here, we have to generate the API key. Since I already have the account, so I have logged in. You need to go to API key and you have already, or the by default key is been there over there. So you can use that key, but make sure they email you and put the verification link over there. So once you have verified, you will be able to use this key. So moving next, we have to create env.local on our server. And inside it, we are just going to put this one line in which we are going to put the key. And you generated key, you have to replace with the key. Go here, copy the key. You have copied the key here and save it. Moving next, you have to do npm install. So npm install has been finished. Now we have to test our application using npm runtime. We all know that if any error or anything, it could come up here, and it is just tested that our application is built up and running is fine in a development mode. So the drawback is we have to keep it running to access our application. Plus, we only allowed port 80 and 443, not 3000. And if the session has been killed, our application is stopped working. So again, we have to do the npm runtime. So this method is not the good one. We need to find a way to keep our application running in a background. And for that, we have to use PM2. So we have to install the PM2 using npm install -g PM2. So once PM2 has been installed and we have to do, let's test PM2 list. And since here is nothing, PM2 list is fine. So for that, we have to do npm run build. We have to build the application first. So this has been done. Now we have to start our application using PM2. So this is the command. We have to use it to start our application. So before that, just look into package.json file as well. This is one of the important file, comes with every node type of application. So here, dep, if I do npm run dep and then npm start, npm run start, it will start the application accordingly. So just do the PM2 start npm name and then it will start the application. And let's see, my application is listening on which port. So I'm using a utility net_state and it is saying net_state is not available. Just install this utility. It is a good one. It just tells you which ports are open on your system. So let's do again net_state -tunlp and it is saying port 3000 is in a listening state and it's a next server. So PM2 is able to run my application in a background. But once the server has been started, PM2 won't be running. So we have to put this PM2 startup. So this way PM2 will always be running at the startup. And once we put PM2 startup, it just give us this command. Actually, we need to put this command to make our PM2 instance up and running whenever the server restart. So we don't have to worry about after that to start the PM2 process or our next, in other words, our next application will be keep running in a background, even though the server will be rebooted. And then after that, we need to do PM2 save. So it will save everything. So now our PM2 has been configured. So let's do PM2 list and it is saying ID 0 and it has been listening over there. The next is we have to install Nginx. So Nginx has been installed. Now we need to enable Nginx and then we need to start Nginx. And just check that Nginx process is up and running. So this is the command. So it is in an active running state. So Nginx is up. So next we are going to delete the default Nginx configuration. So we will be going to etc Nginx sites enable and we are going to delete this default configuration. But before that, let's verify what's there once we browse this. And we are saying welcome to Nginx, which is fine. That means our Nginx up and running and accessible. Now we are going to delete it, the default configuration, as we are going to put it our own application. So I forget to put sudo. Now the default configuration has been finished. Just as the Nginx syntax and it is saying it is fine. But whenever we change any Nginx configuration, we need to reload or restart the Nginx server. So I'm here restarting the Nginx server. And let's verify that our application is still accessible. No, because there is no configuration. So our application has been stopped working. So now what we need to do, we just need to create our own Nginx configuration. So we just need to go first to sites available. It is actually go inside etc nginx site available weather app. So we just need to create this file here. Create this file and put inside this configuration from here till here. So let's understand our Nginx configuration. So we put the Nginx configuration in a server block. It start from here and end at here. So this is the whole block. It starts here and here. And then we have another block, location. It's a curly bracket opens up here, curly brackets close. So we have basically two blocks, server block, and inside the server block, we have location block. So let's understand step by step what is important for us. So it says listen 80. It could be anything, any number over here, but we usually refer port 80 as a HTTP port or on which Nginx or any web server listens. It could be Apache, it could be any other web server. So it listens on port 80. That is why I have just put 80 over here. Then the next keyword is server underscore name. Here I have put underscore because I don't have any domain name registered. But if you have any domain name like mydomain.com or anything, then you could put up here like this, my, or perhaps you could put any subdomain as well, like app.mydomain.com. But I don't have any, so I will be just putting a default one underscore. So let's move next. Then we have access underscore log, and it is been putting up over here bar log nginx. And a log file name I've just put weather app underscore access dot log. And similarly, I have just put error log on this path. These both are important and it is really helpful to troubleshooting in the later stages once you have something breaks or even if you want to debug it. So moving next, we have location and location has slash. Slash means it will catch all the requests which comes to this web server. So web server listen on port 80. We don't have any domain name. So we have to put IP address, and once put the IP address, all the requests comes in because it is slash, and where it goes directly to port 3000. 3000 is the port of our Next.js application, which has been handled by PM2. So PM2 is up and it is running. So whatever the request come in, it goes here. Similarly, if you put mydomain.com and if it is registered, then the request goes again to 3000. But in front of you, it seems like you are accessing your domain name. So this is how the reverse proxy works. The later stages are important, but as of now, it is a bit irrelevant because if you put this, your application start working. Save it and come outside. And now we are just putting a sim link from site available to site enable. So this is the syntax. We just need to put sudo ln-s etc nginx site available weather app.config to etc nginx sites enable and hit enter. And now go inside the site enable and do ll. Yes, our weather app has been pointed to sites available. Now do the syntax check sudo nginx -c, that is fine. And now I'm going to restart the process or reload the process. Here I'm again doing the restart and now this has been restarted. And once I reload, I should be able to see my application. Here it is just working fine. Now let's test, put some other city like Dubai, another city, let's say Mumbai. So this is how we put Next.js application on Ubuntu or onto EC2 using PM2. So this way it will be keep running. So if I stop PM2 0, which is the ID 0, see It was online, now it is 0. And once I refresh it, it's just saying the bad gateway. So I need to power it on. So PM2 star 0, ID 0. So it's been back online. And once I refresh it, I will be able to see my application up and running. So this is how you do your Next.js application onto EC2 using PM2. So it will be keep running. Thank you for watching. I hope this tutorial helped you on your DevOps journey. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop them in the comments below. And remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.